guys, welcome. We've gone live again for a little stream with a lot of discussion aboard the Ebon Hawk among the Knights of the Old Republic crew. Thanks for joining me. And this afternoon, I wanted to start off reading the Gospel of today and share a little bit of what I did this morning. Now, the Gospel of Saint Matthew. Has the disciples asking Jesus about a parable, uh, and Jesus taught them when the other people had gone home. He spoke to the people in parables, but he explains his disciples exactly how he feels and what those things mean. Uh, Jesus says the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man, and you probably know this parable. The field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom. The weeds are the children of the evil one, and the enemy who sows them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age, and the harvesters are the angels. Just as weeds are collected and burned up with fire, so will it be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will collect out of his kingdom all who cause others to sin and all evildoers. They will throw them into the fiery furnace, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. Whoever has ears ought to hear. If you don't know the parable, a parable is, of course, like a bit of an analogy. A sower goes out to sow, and the seeds come up, but there's weeds coming up as well. And the workers say, "Shall we get rid of all the weeds?" And the landowner, the sower, he says, "No, let them grow up. Because if you start pulling out the weeds now, you might just also pull out the good plants." And they grow up together, as we do in this world, and there's evil and good around us. But Jesus says at the end of the time, the harvesters will come, and the weeds they'll yank out. Then the good stuff has been solidly rooted, and they pull out the weeds, burn it. First of all, I mean, uh, do remember that the way that Jewish preaching works is very hyperbolic. Um, it's uh, so it sounds to me very, very austere, very, very grave. He who has ears ought to hear. Um, I've thought about this a lot for myself because I was reading Saint Theodore the Studite's commentary. Um, Saint Theodore lived in the eighth century A.D. He was a monk at Constantinople, which was a major city in both the church and the Roman kingdom. We always think, or empire, the Roman Empire. We always think Rome is the center. That's where the Roman Empire, from which the Roman Empire used to rule the world. This is, of course, true, but don't forget that Rome fell way before Constantinople fell, many centuries, and the tradition of the Roman Empire continued in Turkey, in that area. So never forget how, like, what we have in Europe, and from there we went on to the United States and Canada, and other colonies. Um, a lot a lot of that is how we perceive things, but that's not actually. Constantinople was a very big thing, and we often forget the eastern part of our faith. Now, Saint Theodore, he goes on about the righteous will shine like the sun, as Jesus says, and he encourages his brothers by saying, "Oh, the glory of God is so amazing," and it's the saints who practiced asceticism, so a very ascetic, very simple life, And he says, well, if that's what you do, you will receive the blessings promised according to the degree to which they have pleased God. Um, now, so he obviously took this thing to heart, and you might as well. And if you can do that, I applaud you. I really applaud you. I'll take my cap off, hat off to you. Um, uh, but obviously, that is not something a lot of us can do. And I don't think that is I don't feel cold to that lifestyle either. But there's ways you can live that, and I think what Jesus wants, but that's my personal interpretation. Okay, I mean, don't take this as the gospel. This is my interpretation, um, and how I reconcile this gospel with my faith, with my own personal faith. And what I think is not in contradiction with the church. So it's not like just very personal faith, and that's how everyone needs to feel. It's certainly not. I don't think it's at odds with the official teaching of the church. That is that Jesus wants, he encourages you and me to do as much good as we can. And with this gospel, he is increasingly austere, very, very. There's a lot of gravitas, you know. This is if you don't if you don't if you're not with the children of the kingdom, you'll be with the children of the evil one, with the weeds, and we'll throw those in the fiery furnace. He wants to encourage you and me to do our best. He doesn't want us to be perfect. I don't think he does. Else he would not, I don't think, have died on the cross for our sins. Because then we could already do it on our own. And it's not like because he died at the cross we can resist all sin. That's not how that works. Anyhow, long train of thought here. But he doesn't want you to get into heaven solely based on your own merits, but on his merits. He knows you can't do it. But I think he wants to encourage you to do the best job you can. If you can go to the same length of Saint Theodore the Studite, I mean, with that, how do you call that? I want to say antithesis, but that's not. But the added name, the Studite. Well, if you can do that, well, that is going above and beyond, in my opinion, and I'm sure the Lord will reward him for that. But I was reminded of how simple this can be. Today I walked 12 kilometers. I started out, I wanted to go to my sister's house. She lives about 6 kilometers outside of the town we were born in. And I figured it might be a nice walk, starting with the house I was born. Sorry about that. Starting at the house I was born in. We actually, a lot of moms have their children at home instead of the hospital here in Holland, and so that my mother and I know exactly which room I was born in, which is a privilege that I don't think a lot of people have, because you're just born in some sort of hospital. If you're lucky, you know the name of the hospital, and the hospital might still be there, or might not be, as is the case for some. But my house is still there. I drove out there. I hadn't been there in a while. I certainly hadn't been walking in the street. And so much came back that really hit me. So many memories came back. So I'm not entirely sure it was wise to go to this plan was not entirely wise, because I was getting a little emotional as well. My sister ended up being at the gym, and I couldn't really stop by for a visit. So I walked around a little bit more, came back, and eventually did finish 12 kilometers, got into my car, and I figured it was almost 2 o'clock, so I deserved a little bit of a sandwich. And I went to this little bistro in my hometown that had not been there when I was a child. That wasn't there. And um, went inside and I asked if they had some room outside. And then I said, "Hey, boss," which is short for Sebastian in Holland. Uh, so it said, "Oh my God!" And I recognized the woman saying that as one of the children from my elementary school that was one of my classmates, Marjolein. She's 40 years old as well. She still looks terrific. Always used to be. I'm not sure if it was the prettiest girl, but she was definitely with the popular girls. She was sharing a few things that I was like, oh my gosh, you were already so way more mature in your way of thinking than I was. I was really a child, and I was really playing, and I'm still a child. I paint little miniatures, so I'm still a big child. A little bit more mature now, though, than but still, I definitely was back in the day. Not really aware of girls and all that stuff, and she was there thinking about boys and interesting. So we were kind of at different ends of the spectrum, and but it was so nice. I was talking. Of course, we ended up sharing. In a nutshell, in about an hour and a half, I think it was about that, an hour, yeah, about an hour, a little over maybe, but about an hour. Um, our life stories since we left, high school, I guess, or middle school, which is when we sort of lost touch. Um, and I can still, her eyes as I was speaking, there was so much interest in there. I really felt like she wanted to hear me. The righteous will shine like the sun. Do you have to be like Saint Theodore the Studite, or can your acceptance of who I was and who I am, even though we're completely different, and that love that we shared today, which I'll call love in a more dramatic sense, but how is that is the kingdom of God right there. Of course, in nature, I can talk about all the stuff I saw down the road, how I felt, what I thought of, but just this meeting, very grace filled, man, it touched my heart. It touched my heart, and I think in that moment I was looking into Christ's eyes, and she also shared with me her own journey of faith. Because when I talk about the work I do, people want to talk about their faith. It's interesting, and she I don't think she'd ever have a discussion like that with another classmate that would walk in. Um, I felt so privileged and grateful. So I had a wonderful, absolutely wonderful day. My feet are incredibly sore. Apparently, that these young men that want to become sailors in the Navy first go on a 2 week general boot camp, I suppose, which I think at some point in time they want me to do as well. Even though they don't have any room for people like chaplains to do it at this point in time. Everything has been booked up solid for over a year now, a year and a half, and with Corona, they've already sort of warned me that it might take a while, which I don't really care for that. I'm not the boot camp kind of guy. I'll do it, by the way. It's not like I'm against it or anything, but I'll have to go. I mean, I'll be attached to the school where they train the sailors. Um, so they will go on boot camp, even though I haven't yet. I mean, I hope none of my future students are gonna watch this, because then they're like, "Oh wow, you didn't even go, and I had to, and you were coaching me to get through there, and you hadn't even done it yourself. What's going on here?" Um, but I heard at the end of the 2 weeks they had an 18-kilometer walk. So imagine being, dragged through the mud and brambles, and gotten out of bed late at night, early in the morning, not having to eat within like 10 minutes with 120 people. What's going on? You know, how fast can you get your food inside and then move on, come home, think, oh, weary, and haven't been you're going to be yanked out of, like, okay, you might want to take a shower, but I would not, because we're going for a march through some water marches, you know, walk through the creeks and streams. Um, with your gun held up above your head, or your pack or whatever, you have to hold that when you're completely exhausted. And then you come home really late, and you might want to take a shower, but you only have 4 hours until you have to be up again. So what are you gonna do? You know, are you gonna just, you know, dump your dirty clothes somewhere and then jump into bed for 4 hours, or are you gonna wait in line for the shower and maybe only sleep 3 hours? You know, those are the choices. And then at the end of those 2 weeks, there's this 18-kilometer walk. Holy schmoly! Sounds like a really tough thing, and it's a lot of mental stuff. And I want to train at least for those 18K. So today I did 12, so I went from 10 to 11 to 12 now, and I'm aiming for 18, obviously. And then obviously I'll have to put some speed behind that too. Now I just walked okay, so I'll have to speed things up as well. So that's my plan for this summer holidays, and then I can at least accompany them on that last 18-kilometer march. Yeah. Yo, so that's it. I'm sort of tired now, but I wanted to play a little bit with you, and because we finished Nar Shaddaa yesterday. Yes, we quote unquote finished it. I mean, there's some loose ends that I'll tie up right now. We managed to meet the Jedi. He taught me some sort of force form. I honestly don't know. Can't really remember. I was freaking tired. I was so tired throughout the entire broadcast yesterday. Went to bed, couldn't sleep because I was wide awake, because I had, you know, yanked myself through this stretch that is ideal for you to fall asleep in, and then you're awake again. I don't know how that works. Screwed up is what that is. All right, let's go to live screen. Bam. And let's play. Here we are. We are now, my friends, in a room in the flop house, the secret room Mira was in, where I had my little chat with Zek-Kael, or whatever his name was, the other Jedi. And there are a few loose ends I want to tie up. Let's see if we can add a few characters. So she came into the plane. I subdued her. We haven't really gotten into her story at all yet. She just joined me, and I think she's a really nice girl with some principles. And this stupid thing, I can't see what that's all about, and why you can't refuse him joining you. I don't think I'll be using him at all. I don't like the character at all. Prove me wrong on that. If you want to. That's Ada and her husband. There's nothing here. I don't think there's anything here either. This is where I found that Bith scientist, and that storyline, I don't think that's really wrapped up yet, so we might want to look into that. He was killed for trying to find something out. We don't know what yet. He says there's some secret messages being transmitted through the that he alone can hear, and you might think he's mental, but he was obviously onto something. These are the Mandalorians. I'm not even sure what they're doing here.
Walking into other people's apartments on Nar Shaddaa is a good recipe for a short life.
Recipe. These are the thugs. They haven't really gotten into any. Gosh. Oh no, not these guys again.
Acquired. Annoying recitation. Let us proceed to facilitate communications. Recitation.
We've seen groups of these like 4 times in Nar Shaddaa already, and it's kind of getting old. At first it was like, wow, that is so cool. I love these guys, but now it's just getting old. Come on.
Failing, master.
as you can see, I almost spent next to no force points on just completely frying them, which means my character is getting very strong in the force. Very, very strong.
You interrupting me for a reason? What? Do I look like a passenger ship to you? Ah, you're right. You help me, I help you.
Good.
Fine, I'll do for you. But don't ask of Fasa again. What else? Now that freighters can depart safely, I can use a good... Fasa can do this. Good.
Alright. I'm honestly thinking I should probably add a few folks to my crew.
Yeah?
Wait. Is that one left? Oh yeah. Intelligence isn't very important to him, I don't think. What about prostitution, huh? Strength. Yeah. Because he's a melee guy. I have one left. We'll keep that in reserve. And 3 more. Let's go with these 3. Well, I'm really good at repair. He really doesn't need that. Feats. Let's have a little look. I was working on this with him. Precise shot, not very useful. Regenerate vitality points. That'd be useful. Let's first upgrade his toughness a little bit. That's a lot, and she also needs a lot of upgrades. So sorry, I'll have to. I have a lot of backlogged things, maintenance things. What is this? Master conditioning plus 3 to all saving throws. Man, she's awesome. She is awesome. I really have this character almost upgraded to where I want her to be. This is melee weapons, so that I already have that feat. My gosh, I have the 2 weapon fighting. She can wear all the armor that I can upgrade her to. She has a master attack. Great at melee weapons. Full lives. And she's, I think this is a Chinese strike. Okay, an arm specialist. Let's say I'm excited with to have her aboard the team. Regenerate vitality points. And she has a lot of feats, and those feats are strong. One of the main downsides of playing the consular, I won't get everything I think I want. What is this here? Melee weapons. The character has mastered using grace and speed. They can use their dexterity instead of strength bonus. Also super strong, seeing as her dexterity is 18 and her strength is only 14. Attributes. I'm more inclined to put stuff in dexterity now, but since there's often a dexterity cap with armor, and the heavier the armor, the better the armor, the worse the dexterity cap is. So I'm not sure putting stuff in dexterity is a great idea. Same with strength now, because I can use the dexterity instead of strength bonus. I might as well not invest in that. So maybe wisdom, some force point, force saving throws, charisma. Make her a little bit more resilient against Jedi attacks, Sith attacks rather, and more feats. Now, honestly, what should we do? Stealth run and mobility. Character moves 10% faster than normal. I just don't know anymore, and I have to pick another one on her. No, that's it. That was some backlogged upgrading on two guys that I haven't taken in a while. I do want to talk to Voga, the Hut, for some reason. You might ask, what is this reason? Can tell you anymore, but I know there was some unfinished. Oh, the fuel situation. That's right. I helped him with Goto. Now he can help me. So he's impressed with me taking out Goto's vessel. He will open trade with the Telosians. I'm getting some credits. And I'm not in his good books, but the Cath Hounds growl at me. Oh, they growl at me even more now. I don't know what that's all about. Nothing here either. What's that? Warehouse. B5D8. I think he's new. Or not. Oh well. So I guess I'll have to go to the refugee sector and tell the people that whom I've helped. Then I want to see if I still have anything to do with that sales lady. I don't think so. And I want to look in. Has been sabotaged beyond repair. That's a shame. And I want to look into the droid store, see if that's all wrapped up. Can't rightly remember. What? Oh gosh. Oh, this is stupid. It's like, where are we facing our exit now? Look at that. It's the same whichever way you go. This one. This one. Why would this be closed? Anyhow, let's open it. Bam. Oh god, not. That's why. That's just dumb.
Unnecessary observation.
Yeah.
Annoying recitation. Recitation. And
Man, I'm frying you. Look at that.
failing master. Failing master.
Bye, bitch. Alright. Anything to, loot? And the processor. I think I have all the stuff 2 times over now, but whatever. Maps. Refugee sector, not here. Let's just cross the way here. And then my main goal for today is just talking to everyone aboard the Ebon Hawk after we finished up Nar Shaddaa. And this might be the last we'll see of the planet. I'm not sure if we'll ever be back here, but at least I want to just make sure we tied up all the loose ends. Wow. And then I feel like I've done my part in making this ghetto just a little bit more habitable. Get rid of the gang, get rid of the oppression here. Not sure if we can still speak to the people. Twi'lek, another Twi'lek, another refugee, another refugee. Is this Husef?
Gariel says you saved his life. Maybe all of our lives.
Yep.
You've already helped us greatly. Life should start improving for us.
Alright, thanks, Husi. Wussy. Donna has her kit back. K Vane is the only one I'm not really sure what he's doing.
Kevin?
Beodur! Awesome! I did not expect this.
I was on Telos for a time. Cave in. I thought you had died at Serico.
Oh my.
It is a friend I have met along the way.
And there would be no hint that I would have to take a builder. So now sometimes I look things up before I start playing just to make sure I'm gonna get a few. I won't miss out on some things, but I haven't seen this come around anywhere. But okay, that's just a nice little tidbit here. I think I don't think I need to go back to this Otis guy. Let's look at the journal. So I need to speak to Lieutenant Gren on Telos. Fair enough. Lost Jedi. That's fine. Crafting a lightsaber. Still want to do that. Focus dancers. Oh, maybe I can get handmaiden to dance. Bazak. I honestly don't really want to do that. Power shortage. I think we finished this. We must have. New trade routes. Okay. I can finish that. And kill them. Alright. I need to find Batu Rem, who came by us by way of Nar Shaddaa. Haven't seen that come up anywhere. So I might want to check into that. Might want to be checking that. Batu Rem. Who could I ask? It's like Gario. So I did manage to close a few active cases, but there are a few that are still on there, and even some I don't know why they would be on there. This must be I think the entertainment module here. Where could we find anything about that Batu Rem feller? We'll look here at the bar. Bartender. Anything interesting about the area? Reminds me of a rancor I once knew. Okay. Ah! Yeah, that's the remains of Atten fighting. Yeah, what about Handmaiden?
I have not trained in the dance, but the Ichani fighting arts are very dance-like in their movements. I do not think it would be a stretch for me to do this.
Okay, you don't have to do this if you don't want to.
You're sure? Really, though, I would be more than happy to do it.
In that case, thank you. Ooh.
This on?
Oh.
In that case, give it to me, and I will prepare myself.
Interesting. I'm not sure where this. Oh my gosh, where this quest line is going, and why she's still wearing that huge lance. That's a Princess Leia outfit. Do keep in mind, this is happening thousands of years before the whole Star Wars movies. Alright. I wonder what we're gonna get out of this. Huh. Your Eminence. Mr. Tarot recitations. Amazing. He's having a good time. Everything is so simple in how it's choreographed, but you get the meaning, and that's very powerful. Sirs are complete. Allow me to pay for your performance. I'm sure Master would ask to complete his compliments. Now, if you excuse me, I must attend to other business. Okay, so we made some money, but that can hardly be the point. We also received the dancer's outfit, which is just ridiculous. And there must be something that we can get into this room. And he's asleep now, and we must. But it doesn't say we need to get into this room in the first place. So, right, dancer's outfit. Max dexterity bonus 5. I think she has 4 on dexterity. She does. So 5 is just perfect, but we can go even tougher. Here, see, max dexterity 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 3. I actually need 4. Oh well. This will do just fine. Detonator clause. Dexterity plus 1. That's better than nothing. Strength package. That's all fine. Dexterity plus 1. Now I will have 5 dexterity bonus, won't I? Yep. Huh. This is very good.
Yeah?
I bet you can poison them. There's a whole storyline that I'm completely missing out on. I think I finished that mission. I think that's it, guys. Let's look one more time. This here, Batu Ram False Batu bonus mission. False Batu bonus mission. Let's have a little look here. Where can I find the real Batu Ram? You don't find them. You're supposed to go down dock 3 and threaten, persuade the workers there, so they'll tell you. They'll give you information. Bring them to Gren and prove quest done. Okay. Yeah. So that's not really a thing that I can finish here, because it says he came to station by way of Nar Shaddaa. Figured there would be something on Nar Shaddaa. Power shortage bonus mission. Let's see about that. Power shortage bonus mission. Many quests you can start and not finish if you don't play them through properly. Talking to people and choosing proper dialogue options should be primarily done before actually doing anything. Just switch on the power on them from the main terminal. If you have good computer skills, you just need a few spikes to evenly distribute the power to the other pylons. Okay, welcome back. Let's try that. Beodur will have his computer skill. Computer, optimize power distribution. It's as easy as that. That's why you bring Beodur.
You interrupting me for a reason? I have a lot of work to do.
Okay. He's not happy or anything? At least that mission is gone. New trade routes. That Bazak. I don't want to do that. Okay, so that's it for Nar Shaddaa. You used to be able to hit a button that said go back to the Ebon Hawk. I guess we'll have to walk all the way there. Let's stop by the store one last time, see if we can pick up anything. I wish you could buy a bit more things in this game. Who knows? There's Gita. Let's see what you have. Miscellaneous. Don't need that. I was hoping for a few. I was actually hoping for a few upgrades and whatnot. But yeah. Good. So now it's time to hit the Ebon Hawk. No, where am I? I'm taking the long way around, I see. Such a bland design. Refugee. There she is. Wish you could sort of customize her. The Ebon Hawk. Yeah, this game could go for a proper reboot, completely revamped system. What new? Oh no, this is not gonna end well. Probably for the little globe. Kind of fun, these little interactions.
Betrayal. Machines. His passion for such things defies me.
It might
Crayon.
be helpful if I made some changes to my remote's maintenance laser to do spot repairs.
That would be a welcome improvement. My combat effectiveness could be better sustained, providing an advantageous arrangement. And my miniature counterpart would finally be able to pull his weight in a fight.
Aww. Don't worry, Goto's just jealous that you've got all that circuitry packed in such a small shell.
Alright then. I'll work on it when we get back to the Hawk.
I think we are in the Hawk.
Yeah. You should be able to do some quick fixes. You won't be able to perform serious repairs, but you should be able to patch up any broken droids.
Oh, well, I know one. Theodorus' remote has been upgraded with the ability to repair other droids in the party. Sounds cool.
You know, I think it's time I gave your cutting laser a little boost. It works fine for repairs, but we could use your help in a firefight. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure they keep you out of their scopes. Hey, it's something for Goto to be jealous of, right? Think of it this way. You can keep Goto in line with it.
Iridonian, if I might have a moment.
What is it, Goto?
I have spent some time in the presence of your remote, and the upgrades you have performed on him are quite adequate. I am impressed with your work, though less so with your remote itself.
What's wrong with my remote?
I find his use of resources, energy spent on frivolous things, to be an unsightly waste. But it is obvious you have some skill, however slight, in the upgrading of machines. I want you to provide me with similar upgrades.
I should be able to do something. I will see what I can do next time I have a free moment.
Alright. Let's go down to all the characters, finish the discussions. Are you alright?
I am able to serve. If we enter battle, I will fight and die alongside you.
So drastic, man. That's not what I asked. I asked if you were alright.
I have not heard that question in some time.
Yeah.
My flesh is healed if that's the answer you seek.
Sometimes when you ask a student, hey, did you sleep well? Or how are you? And they say, like, no, you're not your usual self. Is everything okay? I really mean it. And then they're like, oh, well, isn't this happen, or I didn't feel right or something. But you'd be surprised that, students saying, well, you know what, Mr. Benders, no one's really ever asked me that. None of the teachers have ever asked me that. Seriously. Okay. And, or like, when you say, did you sleep well? Because, I mean, it's like, oh, no one's ever asked me that. And it's interesting that some real attention from someone, like Marjolein was giving me for my story today, really can touch people's heart. All right, and meant by we know she has scarred. Who hurt you? I didn't mean to hurt
I
you.
know. And I fear that others will see the mercy in your actions. And in my survival.
Fear. She fears that.
And use it as a weapon to do you greater harm.
Oh my. How did you find me?
Felt you. Heard you through the force. It was like
Cryptic.
a sound at the edge of hearing. And when I heard it, I found I could not ignore it.
Who sent you?
I serve my master. I am an emissary, a scout. My master was aware of a disturbance in the force, but was unaware of its nature, of you. The disturbance is not something one feels from a living thing. There is little my master does not know, and that you eluded his sight for so long is significant. But I do not know why.
I need to know where I can find your
You
master.
cannot. His vessel roams the borders of
the
known
borders
space.
of known space.
And even I do not know where he travels. Until he calls for me, even if I could lead you to my master. I cannot permit you to find him.
Oh my.
Until you are ready.
Ready?
If I bring you before my master, untested, without your potential realized, then you will be lost
You will
to
be
me.
lost to me.
And I cannot allow that to happen. It would be as if one brought fire to a paradise valley, shattered a cavern of rare crystal, or blinded a painter.
Hey, no. Your life is unimportant.
I cannot, I will not. I would die first, and gladly, to preserve you.
So extreme. There's some serious mental issues there.
Now that I have found you, I cannot sacrifice what I have found.
Cling to the light side. If he is behind what has befallen the Jedi, then he must be stopped.
You will meet my master. It is inevitable.
Oh, she's seen it.
I have seen it. And when you stand before him and realize what you face, you must be prepared. Until then, I must protect you, help you, until you are ready.
She still calls her my master, but still. Why are you doing this for me?
There's a greatness in you. A greatness that does not stem from
That's
the
nice.
force. It stems from who you are. And if my master does not understand you, cannot see you, then perhaps there is hope for us all. But if you seek to survive, then you must understand why this is so.
If your master is truly detecting me, how are you able to do it? Well, obviously.
There's much I see my master cannot. I fear it is because of my nature, the nature of my race.
Probably.
My people spend their lives seeing the galaxy, the energy streaming off stars, the growth of life, all things touched by the Force. It is not a subject which
I have enough influence.
since its destruction.
How is it destroyed?
The planet was not destroyed. It remains. It orbits, dead in space. But nothing lives on its surface. It echoes, but there's no one left to hear it.
It's your homework. How did you survive?
I am not certain I did.
Oh, wow.
I was there when the planet died. To see everything around you extinguished. It was as if I was blinded. It was as if the Force had been bled from the world.
Alright, let's do some little touching of souls here.
I imagine there are worse deaths, worse pain. And if there are,
Oh my.
I do not know them. I was the only living thing remaining on the planet.
Maybe
of
we're
Qatar.
some sort of connected
And
souls.
my agony, was a flicker in the darkness that was the planet. All that I had been connected to had been severed. Yes, but it was not survival. I still wonder what would have happened if I had died with the others. If perhaps there would have been some way to hide my presence from the galaxy. If only I had not felt that pain, that loss, as strongly as I did. But it could not be done.
So she's really
And the
wounded.
life was bled from the planet. And yet somehow I remained. My master came for me. He
The
walked
master of
upon
the hunger.
surface
Not
of
really the
earth,
dark side, but more of the emptiness, the dead.
lying in the bodies of my race. He took me for his own.
I almost feel like the dark side is a something that signifies something and not nothing.
And I wished to die.
If that makes sense. Alright, he made you see.
This galaxy, my world, absent the currents and spectrums of the Force, was nothing but crude matter, rock, flesh, emptiness. He showed the flickering of life on other planets. The mass of beings that swarmed through the empty places of the galaxy. To see such creatures, disconnected from themselves, their world, their place in it, unable to see the currents and how they affected everything around them.
Why so cryptic? And why did your master show you this?
He showed me to make me believe in his cause. He convinced me the galaxy, all life,
Oh wow.
must die. He fed upon its ugliness, its screaming,
He left
and in its
silence.
place, he left silence. And where there was chaos, he brought stillness and order.
I don't understand. It would have taken replacement of cruisers to destroy the surface of Qatar. How do humans to destroy the homeworld to kill on such scale? It's impossible. Why? Okay, so let's look at one, I guess.
It was not a thing done with machines or weapons. The Force is
That
far more
force.
terrible,
I mean,
and it
sometimes
touches more lives than any machine.
I
could
don't
hope to
understand.
slay.
Sometimes the force
For
can do
everyone that feels
anything,
the
and
Force
sometimes you feel like
strongly,
it can't do all that much.
Each one feels and perceives it in their own way. You have strengths, whether you know it or not. And my master has his. His power is great, and it comes from hunger. He is a wound in the Force, more presence than flesh. And in his wake, life
Dark
dies,
Nihilus.
sacrificing itself
It's a good
to
name.
his hunger. And those who feel the Force strongly are beacons to his hunger. My people, my planet, would have been attacked in time. It was inevitable. Yet we could do nothing about it.
Why did your master destroy Qatar?
The Jedi, the last council of the Jedi, came to our world to meet in secret. They hoped that perhaps among our people, they could achieve the clarity to see what was striking.
Yeah, it was that dude,
darkness of the
probably.
galaxy. They succeeded, but only in bringing him from the outer regions. And Qatar, with my kind, with the Jedi upon its surface,
Yeah,
could no
so it's
longer
basically a big candy
and
bag
my
for
people
him,
died, and the Jedi died,
and he wanted to eat
and there was
eat
no
it
one
all.
left. Only me.
Wow. He attacked you because the Jedi had gone there.
Cannot deny his hunger for
There you go.
And any gathering of Jedi is something he cannot long resist. And now that the Jedi are vanishing,
So there's
and
also
we
a
don't know what
slave,
will happen,
it seems.
perhaps he will grow strong enough to eradicate all life, merely with his presence.
Wisdom. Or it may starve him, make him more desperate. And now I know that I don't know what will happen. Maybe they'll go strong enough to eradicate it. Alright. So.
I do not understand what you mean.
Just thinking out loud, why did the Jedi meet on Qatar?
They hoped to see the threat that had been stalking them.
Yeah,
And
well,
they
we
did.
knew that. Okay. Forget I had
I
some
will
other.
answer what I can, but my answers may prove useless to you.
Oh my. Was your master the one sent to Paragus?
I'm not familiar with the place you speak of.
No, that was the
Masters
other
have
dude.
entered Republic space
We
for
we
some
know
time.
that from the
There are others who
cutscenes.
may move more freely, who may have been responsible for such an act of destruction.
What do you mean?
There are many factions within the Sith, all seeking to take what little remains in the wake of the Jedi Civil War.
Yeah, so these
where one
these
moves
Sith
is not
Lords
always
work
known to the
independently.
others. But their purpose is the same: the death of all Jedi.
My
Everyone.
gosh.
They believe you are the last of the Jedi, and their hatred of the Jedi unites them. All their eyes are upon you, and it is a terrible, quiet darkness that pursues you.
Alright, let's.
I will
Is your master this? Obviously not. I fear your species is blind. How are you able to see?
My people once had the power to perceive events, to see through the Force. That sight may manifest itself in many ways, and at times, I may affect the abilities of others to see as well.
You sound as if that sight is lost to you.
My sight has been damaged. What I have taught you, it is not the full extent of the perceptions of my people.
Frieza has a limited ability to see the Force. She has Force sight in first-person mode, and can also use it as a Force power by spending Force
My
points.
master, when he showed me my world, showed it to me as it is. It hurt. And since that moment, it has been difficult to perceive the Force as
So
I
she's
once
also
did,
been touched
but
by
I've been
the
traveling with
death.
you. I feel that perhaps there was a gift in it, hidden beneath the pain.
When one endures, it gives hope to others. Yeah, there's no gift in pain, except the gift of strength. I guess one is better.
Only when one suffers do certain truths become evident, both of the galaxy
Yeah.
and of the self. And I feel you are an example of this. I will answer.
Let's see. That's everything.
Forgive me, but before you go, I must ask. Why do you do this?
Let's give her some really good.
Teach me.
Because I believe you can be saved. Yeah.
You must not do this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
To help another is not weakness; it is strength to them both.
So you say. But it is not something I have observed or seen.
Oh, you wait. What do you mean?
I remember little of my homeworld before I entered my master's service. It is not as it was. There is little left of such memories. Or the planet itself. Very well. Perhaps we shall speak more of this at another time. But know this. I cannot allow you to weaken yourself for me.
What does that mean? I had some more light side
My
points.
life for yours.
I wanted to teach you some of the forms I have
I
learned.
am prepared both in mind and body.
Ooh,
for
I
my
can teach her.
teachings.
Phezus has learned Force
I understand
Affinity.
now. Such a form will increase my skills and my use to you.
I only taught you to make you stronger, not to serve me.
I do not understand, but the choice is mine whether you permit it or not.
Okay.
My life.
I want to teach you some of the techniques I
I am
learned.
prepared for whatever you wish to teach me.
Breath control.
I understand now. I shall practice what you.
That's also
My
good.
life. I am prepared.
Fact.
I understand. My life.
That's cool. You can teach her a few things,
I'm
even
prepared for-
more. What else do we have? Dominate mind.
I understand.
Oh my. There's a lot you can teach her. What? That's it.
I will. There are
That
no-
wasn't
well,
it.
they-
Okay. Alright, so this is all we can get out of Phezus for now. And that already took a lot of time, right, guys? But I hadn't spoken to her at all. Let's see here. We got Beodur. Let's see what's going on
Glad I
here.
found you again, Jen.
Now what is it? What are you talking about?
We were together at Malachor. I don't know if anyone else could understand.
So why are you here?
Getting philosophical on me? I'm here because you found me on Tilos and I decided to come along for the ride. Not that I had much choice until we got going.
Alright, I mean, why are you still
Tired of
here?
me already.
No,
Watching you
I'm running around with this crew with complete, like, huge mental and psychological issues.
Why not the galaxy?
Maybe I'm not looking to fix the galaxy. Sometimes there's things that can't be fixed. Let's go with 2.
You just have to know what the circuits look like.
It's all wires and switches to you.
That's the way I see things. Traveling with you, I know there's something else in the universe. But I can't do anything about it anyways. So I'll leave it to you to take care of.
I'll do my best. Let's go with 2.
Was there something you wanted me for?
Do I have all the lightsaber pliers? Please say I do.
See what you have. That's everything.
Yeah.
Now all you need is a little quiet time with the workbench.
What kind of lightsaber do you want to create? A one-handed lightsaber. What color? Well, I guess Viridian. I don't even know what that means, but let's go with that. That's it. I have it now. I can finally Viridian. 2 to 20 energy damage. That's a lot of damage. And Viridian is sort of green. Look at that. It is a Jedi Consular lightsaber. Yes, guys. A living and breathing lightsaber. Upgrade my lightsaber. Where is it? There we go. We can put in damage plus 2, damage plus 2 and blaster deflection, and damage plus 3, and 2 to 12 damage on critical hit. Are you kidding me? This is phenomenal. What with this? Pure Kunda lens. Got it? Fencing emitter. Sorry, what does this all do? Blaster deflection plus 2, attack modifier plus 1. Holy schmoly. Oh, defense bonus 1, damage bonus 1, but bolt deflection 2. But I guess that sort of offsets this, so there's no damage done. Massive criticals 1, 2, 3. Bonus damage. Let's just go with the bonus damage. That's great. All right. This is a amazing sword. Look at this. Plus 22 hit and 9 through 29 damage. Let's set that against my vibro sword that I was using earlier, which does a lot of droid bonus damage that you can't see on it though. By the way, it's an absolute droid killer. How do we switch it? I thought there was a way to switch it. Oh well. Alright, so that was Builder. I am a big fan of asking until...
Yes, General? Sorry, General, I'm flat out. Something else
Alright, so nothing on him. But I did get my lightsaber. That's a big moment. T3 is nowhere to be seen. Handmaiden. Let's talk to Handy. Handy matey. Can you teach me some... What are you doing?
I am training, so that if danger should strike, my body and my reflexes will be prepared. That, and I had forgotten how long hyperspace travel can be.
I think we talked about that already. Can you teach me some fighting moves?
Training is something reserved for certain cast members of the Ichani, but I do not see the harm in instructing you in some
let's do that.
basic principles. I do not understand how you and Atris fight, but I will instruct you on how Ichani children are raised on warfare.
That's cool. Let's not judge. Let's go with 3.
All Ichani fighting principles rely on foundations. If one does not understand the most basic of fighting moves, it is not possible to understand the higher tiers. It is similar to learning the alphabet of a language before being able to use
I understand
words
that, darling. Can we dispense with the lecture and get on with this?
As a foundation, I will instruct you in our elementary movements. The body itself is the first weapon you must master.
I
It is
like
not
it.
something that can be described. Let us duel, you and I, and that shall teach you more than my words can.
Ooh.
Use only your hands and feet to strike at me, nothing else, or our combat shall be over. Do not resort to using any items or any force techniques you may possess. Such things will obstruct learning.
More clothes? Alright. Prepare yourself then. Hope you're ready to hit the floor.
Very well. I shall match
Oh my
movements
God!
to resist your efforts. And do not hold back, or I will hurt you.
What just happened? What just happened? Did she just turn on a shield? What is this about not using any items? What? Oh wow, she is really good. Like, I made her nearly impossible to damage in combat. Wow.
You fought well, but you announce your motions before attacking, sometimes quite loudly. Take as long as you need to recover, and if you wish, we shall fight again.
Cool. It's difficult to hurt you.
Of course. I do not wish to be hurt. If you wish to hurt me, then you must try harder. It is not a contest of raw strength, but of action and... Very well. As a foundation, I will... It is not
Alright.
some... Use only... Very well.
Let's see what we can do. If we have a melee shield that we can use. See what happens.
You have violated the etiquette.
Oh! Oh! Oh no!
Instruction for another time.
Oh
You will
no! Oh
Very
no!
well.
Oh jeez!
Very.
The first thing she did was
Please surround us. Now is not the time for words.
there's no way. She has completely upgraded the saving throws, the melee fighting, the finesse, the everything, regenerating vitality points. There's no way I'm gonna win this fight. Alright, never mind. Let's... That's all. Do you have a name? Teach me some... Do you think you could put some clothes on? Alright, well, I am gonna put some clothes on. And I'm gonna use get my lightsaber back. 9 through 29, and let's look at the Vibro Sword. That's 4 through 17. Although do keep in mind that it's absolutely deadly to droids. But this feels so much better. Now, Kreia. She's a tough nut to get on the good side of.
Ah, you are here. You felt it.
I absolutely felt it. Yes, it was a sound like power.
Time to hide your
I don't know
presence is
what,
coming
but...
to a close, and you will need to increase your training.
Good.
You are ready. Your training must increase, and there are higher mysteries you must learn. But
Cool.
only you must know the path you will take. I cannot choose it for you.
Thanks, Kreia.
Is it battle that stirs you? To meet an enemy blade upon blade? Such is the way of the greatest of Jedi warriors, the Weapon Masters.
Nope.
Or perhaps it is investigating the mysteries of the galaxy, seeking out injustice and harm, and bringing it into the light. Such is the way of the Jedi Watchman in the time of Ulic Keldroma and Exar Kun. Or perhaps your way lies upon the ancient mysteries.
The ancient mysteries,
Teach
that's
others the ways
me.
of the Force, as I have.
Yes.
The way of the Jedi Master.
Yes. I wish to become a Jedi, not a weapon master. Training and learning the ways of the Force as a Jedi Master. This is cool.
It is not some great test you require to be what you strive to be. It is only your decision to find
Fair
the right
enough.
path that matters. From here on, you guide your destiny.
Okay.
And in order to take the next steps, you must face your past and put it to rest.
Okay. You've become a prestige class. And take your first steps to learning the higher mysteries of the Force. Yes, folks, you heard it here first. I am learning the higher mysteries of Ye Force. And I'm getting a level up? What is happening? Light mastery +3 wisdom? I have a +10 wisdom modifier? What is happening? Skills. Okay, feats. Weapon focused lightsaber, thank ye. Prestige sense. Regenerates force points, light sight enlightenment, and unarmed specialist. There's so much happening now. Alright. Let's see where everything is. Light sight enlightenment. Jedi Masters are greatly attuned to the light side of the Force. Their mere presence serves as an inspiration to many. Close companions will grow more in touch with the light side by a Jedi Master's example. Other companions might rebel against their example, and fall further from the light. A Jedi Master's attunement matures as they learn more about the Force. Cool. Regen Force points. Force sensitive. Jedi training affects each Padawan uniquely, allowing them to grow in ability while addressing personal flaws. On rare occasions, however, exceptional individuals open doors to strength they did not know they had. This feat represents a heightened connection to the Force, awesome, previously unseen in a newly trained Jedi. This feat grants 40 additional Force points to the character's base total. I'm killing this, guys. So there's so much I want to do. Focus on lightsaber training. Dueling. Upgrading my saving stats. My Jedi defense. This is my regular saving throws. Oh man, there's so much. Melee weapons. I'll never be... That never will be me, but I can use the additional... I want to do all those amazing melee things, but that's just not me. Inspire followers? That's a thing? I don't see it in here, on here. I can choose two, so the Uber heal, the Master heal, that we can do that. And I can finally do Force Storm. Amazing. Jedi Master level 1. Alright. Well, that was fruitful.
You have befriended.
The Seer. Oh, yeah. The Mirror Luca.
Her species does not see as we do. They perceive the galaxy through the Force, and it is how she found you. It is a rare gift squandered on her people.
It's squandered on the people.
To you, and you spare them. And as we travel, the empty places of
As
this
we
ship are
travel.
filled. I hope your thoughts in this matter are clear. In saving her, you may destroy yourself, and do not mate with her. Whatever you may feel. Urges conceal you. Do not let her control you. Such a union would breed
Oh my.
difficulty.
For you? What? Isn't it really none of you? Just because I saved her doesn't mean I was going to charge up her loading ramp. That isn't part of the Jedi Code. I think we're done talking about that. Okay, so let's go with 3.
We shall see. I trust your exile has taught you restraint and discipline in the ways of the flesh. Like the servant of
my.
Atris, this one has other masters. Though blind, she has ties to darkness. Her
Sure.
presence here is a threat to us, to you. Do not underestimate her or her loyalty.
To whom? Tester Master Pabs. And I intend to follow that bond to its source when the opportunity presents itself. This is what Kreia will love to hear.
Then you are learning.
That's what I thought. Atton said her planet was wiped out, so it was the only colony of her people in this sector of the galaxy. Do you know why her home was destroyed? Let's go with Atton, see what that's
Maybe. And what do you make of that?
It seems strange a Force-sensitive world was obliterated. Let's go with 1.
You are right to trust your instincts. Something is wrong. It is only a matter of discovering.
I heard the entire story already.
If
Obviously,
your instincts
Kreia
lead
doesn't
you
know.
to an answer, seek me out. Perhaps we will discuss more.
Other questions?
Ask.
Do you know what happened to T3?
Betrayal, and by a machine that I will not abide. a human droid such as you, dead to the Force. A shell that would carry out his orders. It is no matter. It is a device.
I think the betrayal happened before I woke up. Oh, I gained some influence with Kreia. Yo.
Yes. Have you come with questions?
Teach me about the Force.
Very well.
Oh, Visa's attack, she did something to my eyesight.
She did nothing to your eyes that was not already there. She has forced this upon you, but such crude methods are the markings of the Sith. Close your eyes.
All right.
Feel this ship around you. Listen to my words. Hear the sound of the handmaidens training in the car.
Still naked, or half naked at least.
The welding of the droid as it goes about its work.
Hey, T3 has a stuck motivator. That's awesome.
Now, stretch out. Hear the rumble of hyperspace, the hum of the hyperdrive.
Yeah, I can hear a catch in it. It's not fully fixed.
Ignore distractions and focus on my voice. Breathing of the blinded one as she meditates in the dark. Now, listen deeper past her breathing and listen.
As my feet walk from the ashes of Qatar, I shall not fear. For in fear lies death and...
Awareness, I heard her thoughts.
You are strong indeed. What you heard was surface thoughts only, but it is something
Surface
that masters
thoughts,
have trained for years and never you should ask. Is such listening enough to perceive the world around you?
No.
It is not.
No, it's not.
Because to listen to the thoughts of another is much like attempting to see the universe only with your eyes. It is equally limiting.
Okay.
Now leave me be. I must rest.
Oh my. You've gained +1 awareness and recovered some of your connection to the Force. Influence gained Kreia. Man, my influence with her is tremendous.
Yes. Have you come with questions? Very well.
This bond we share, you taught me besides, is there anything else you can teach me?
When I spoke of sight before, there is a similar handicap that tends to occur among those strong in the Force. They neglect their skills. Some believe they no longer need them. The greatest wielders of the Force are those that maintain some grounding to the more physical realities of the universe.
What do you mean?
Some wielders of the Force have mastered piloting, others the ability to fix and repair and build, from simple moisture vaporators to more complex machines such as droids and vehicles. One's ability to understand the human body and its ailments, for example, can make your powers within the Force more complete, more powerful, when you attempt to repair the cellular damage of another. And others have mastered the more subtle work of politics, persuasion.
That's what I invested in. That and repair.
With words, a republic overthrown, and an empire made. When such skills are honed, one's abilities with the Force become that much stronger. My warning to you is this. Do not rely on your companions to compensate for your weaknesses in skill. There will be times they will not be there to help you when needed. What skill would you say is your greatest strength?
Right, persuasion. Let's go with 2.
And what skill would you say is your greatest weakness?
Well, just about anything. Maybe, treat injury.
Then my task before you is this. Take your greatest weakness, devote effort to it, strengthen it, and I will show you how it shall strengthen your power in the Force.
Very well. I shall take this lesson to heart.
As you learn and train and test yourself against the galaxy,
do that.
all your skills have a chance to improve and grow as well. When you devote some of that training to your weakest skill, you will know.
Cool. Very well.
Ask, and I will answer.
Kreia, what are you, Jedi Sith? I think we talked about that. My question about how Jedi amass such a huge force against the Republic, I think we already talked about that. So cast you out. How come Atris and none of the Jedi Masters mentioned you?
Ignorance. And perhaps they do not remember or care. It is of no consequence to me or to them.
Awareness, you're lying.
Am I? Then perhaps you should know there are techniques in the Force where one can cloud the memory of others, make their presence so small as to be unnoticed. And on the worlds where we have encountered these Jedi, there is much life and death where sensing such things is difficult. As I said, it is of no consequence to me or to them.
Do you use that technique on me?
No, but if I did, you would never know. So my words only carry as much worth as you believe them to. But perhaps you would understand this. That perhaps it is important to me that you see me and my actions uncloaked. It is important that your judgments, whether be good or bad, stem from seeing me as I truly am.
Except that I trust you. I still think you're lying to me and haven't told me everything.
Then you are learning quickly. Distrust is an effective shield and should be carried always.
She likes that. Yeah, that's more influence gain. Man, that's amazing.
Yes.
I'm on a roll here. Uh-huh.
Ask.
I thought more about the destruction of Visa's homeworld. Atten said, she has no home left. Do you know why her home
Because
was?
it was its time. Perhaps her people
Okay.
are not prone to violence, war,
We
or
talked
hatred.
about that. Seems okay.
You are right to trust your instincts.
Something's wrong. So, I want to see if. Oh wait! Have you never asked yourself how Revan took the Republic and Jedi beneath him? How he made them his? I don't think we've been able to go down this path before. This powerful person. There's little one did not believe when he spoke with conviction. Let's go with that.
But to make officers turn on their own people, to bomb innocent worlds, to make pacts, strong influence indeed. And where did these Sith teachings come from? And why did Revan embrace them so strongly? So many questions, yet the answers are few.
I thought the teaching of Sith came from Korriban. Let's go with 2.
Oh, did they? No. Revan met no Sith empire, yet he learned their teachings. Many have mistaken the soldiers beneath Revan, the machines that were constructed to be the Sith. They are wrong. The Sith is a belief, and what Revan formed was not an empire, but something else. Yet how he did it is curious. And I suspect the answer to that question is tied to another. How was Revan able to corrupt so many so quickly?
Do you have any ideas?
Not a one. But we shall see where our journey takes us, I think, and see how many answers we come across. Yes?
Yes. Alright guys, I wanted to go down the talks with everyone, but it's just getting too long, and for me, because I need to worry about dinner quite soon now. So, I'm gonna log off for right now. Maybe tonight after I come back from my fiance, we'll have some more time to play. Thank you all so much for joining me and listening to me ramble. I hope you also enjoyed it a little bit. If you have any other ideas of what games to play, what they should like to see or hear, you get any more questions about anything I said, or you just want to get a hold of me, please do so. Please do so and let me know. All right. Goodbye, guys.